Let me tell you something uncomfortable. In today's world, success is often measured by what people can see. The car you drive, the watch you wear, the apartment you live in, the vacations you post online. These visible signals create the impression of wealth, stability, and progress. But here is the problem. Visible success and financial strength are not always the same thing. In fact, many people who look financially successful are often carrying more financial pressure than anyone realizes, because looking successful is expensive, and the cost of maintaining that image often slows down real wealth building. Think about how early financial decisions are influenced by social expectations. People want to feel like their effort is producing visible results. After years of education and career development, it feels natural to want proof of progress. So when income increases, lifestyle often increases immediately. A better car feels like progress. A more expensive apartment feels like progress. A luxury purchase feels like a reward for hard work. None of these decisions are automatically wrong. The problem appears when visible upgrades grow faster than invisible assets. Invisible assets are the things that quietly build long-term stability. Investments, equity, savings, ownership in productive assets. Visible upgrades rarely compound. Investments often do. Consider a simple scenario. Two professionals begin their careers earning similar salaries. Both are ambitious, both work hard, both want to improve their quality of life. The first professional upgrades lifestyle quickly. As income grows, spending grows alongside it. New car lease, higher rent, more premium services. The second professional also improves lifestyle, but more gradually. Instead of upgrading immediately, they increase investment contributions first. At first, the difference is difficult to notice. Both appear comfortable, both appear successful. But the underlying structure is very different, because financial strength is determined by what you own, not by what you display. Morgan Housel often writes about the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich means having a high income. Being wealthy means having assets that continue working even when you are not. Many high earners appear rich but are not yet wealthy. Their income supports their lifestyle, but their lifestyle also depends entirely on continued income. That creates pressure. Pressure reduces flexibility. Reduced flexibility limits financial options. Looking successful can quietly create financial fragility. Let's imagine two individuals earning $120,000 per year. One spends most of it maintaining a lifestyle that signals success. High car payment, high rent, frequent lifestyle upgrades. The income is strong, but most of the income is already committed. The other individual spends less on visible upgrades and invests consistently. Their lifestyle still improves, but more selectively. After 10 years, both individuals earned similar incomes, but one built assets and the other built expenses. Assets create options. Expenses create obligations. Howard Marks once explained that risk is not always visible on the surface. Some risks appear safe because they are common. Lifestyle inflation is one of those risks, because almost everyone upgrades lifestyle when income increases. It feels normal, it feels deserved, it feels like progress. But the hidden cost is future flexibility. A higher lifestyle creates a higher financial baseline. A higher baseline requires higher income stability. If income stops or changes, the lifestyle becomes difficult to maintain. Financial strength is often defined by how stable your life remains when income changes. Many financially strong individuals live below their means for longer than expected. Not because they cannot afford upgrades, but because flexibility has long-term value. Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA, was known for flying economy class even after becoming extremely wealthy. not because he could not afford private travel, but because habits shape long-term outcomes. Habits influence how much capital remains available for investment. Capital invested early has more time to compound. Compounding is one of the strongest forces in finance, but it requires patience and margin. Margin is the difference between income and spending. When spending increases quickly, margin disappears. When margin disappears, investing slows down. When investing slows down, compounding weakens. Visible success often reduces margin silently. People rarely notice the trade-off in real time. Because lifestyle upgrades feel incremental. A slightly nicer restaurant. A slightly more expensive gym. A slightly more premium product choice. Each decision feels small, but together they create a financial structure that requires continuous income. Continuous income requirements reduce financial independence. Financial independence means having the ability to make decisions without being forced by financial pressure. Many people unintentionally build lives that require consistent high income simply to maintain stability. That is not necessarily failure, but it does limit flexibility. Ramit Sethi often discusses conscious spending, spending intentionally on things that genuinely improve life, while avoiding spending that exists mainly for appearance. Appearance-driven spending often provides short-term satisfaction, but it rarely produces long-term financial improvement. There is a difference between enjoying money and signaling success. Enjoying money improves life quality. Signaling success often increases financial pressure. Pressure can influence career decisions. When lifestyle costs are high, career flexibility decreases. People may feel less comfortable changing jobs, taking entrepreneurial risks, or reducing working hours because expenses require stability. Financial strength provides the ability to take calculated risks. Many successful entrepreneurs maintained relatively simple lifestyles during early growth periods. Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, focused on reinvesting resources into growth rather than displaying early success. Reinvestment often accelerates long-term financial independence. Displayed success often delays it. Another important factor is psychological adaptation. Humans adapt quickly to improvements in lifestyle. What once felt luxurious becomes normal, then expected, then necessary. Once something feels necessary, reducing it feels uncomfortable. Which is why lifestyle expansion tends to be easier than lifestyle reduction. Reducing expenses later in life can feel more difficult than controlling them earlier. Early decisions shape long-term financial structure. Financial structure shapes future options. Naval Ravikant often speaks about the importance of ownership. Owning assets that produce value independently of your time. Ownership allows income to become less dependent on effort. Dependence on effort requires continuous work. Continuous work reduces flexibility. Flexibility is one of the most valuable forms of wealth. Looking successful can sometimes delay ownership accumulation because more capital is directed toward visible consumption. Consumption rarely compounds. Ownership often does. Minimalism is not required for financial success, but intentional spending often improves long-term outcomes. Intentional spending means distinguishing between purchases that improve life quality and purchases that mainly signal status. Status is relative. There will always be someone with a larger house, newer car, or more visible lifestyle. Competing in visible consumption is difficult to win long-term because the reference group continues moving. Financial independence is not based on comparison. It is based on structure. Structure determines how much freedom exists in future decisions. Reducing unnecessary fixed costs increases resilience. Resilience improves stability during uncertainty. Economic cycles affect everyone, but individuals with lower fixed expenses often recover faster because they require less income to maintain balance. Looking successful sometimes creates invisible fragility. Fragility appears when income interruptions create immediate pressure. Financial strength often appears quiet. Many financially strong individuals do not appear wealthy from the outside because they prioritize ownership over appearance, assets over signaling, flexibility over validation. There is nothing wrong with enjoying the results of hard work. The key is sequence. Assets first, lifestyle upgrades later. When assets grow first, lifestyle upgrades become easier to sustain. When lifestyle grows first, asset building becomes slower. Slower asset growth delays financial independence. Financial independence is not only about retiring early, it is about having options. Options to change careers, options to reduce working hours, options to invest in personal projects, options to prioritize time differently. Time flexibility often produces greater life satisfaction than visible consumption. Many people discover this later than expected, because early career environments emphasize visible progress. Visible progress is easy to communicate. Asset growth is quieter, but quiet progress often produces stronger long-term results. Looking successful can be motivating in the short term, but building financial strength is more important in the long term. Balancing both requires awareness. Spend intentionally. Invest consistently. Allow assets to grow before expanding lifestyle significantly. Because real financial strength is rarely visible immediately, but over time it becomes very powerful. Looking successful may impress people temporarily. Becoming financially strong improves life permanently. And often, the strongest financial position is the one that does not need to be displayed, because true wealth provides something far more valuable than appearance. It provides freedom. And freedom rarely needs to announce itself.